It's go time. It's show time. Here, the GQUAT Garden Quilt and Art Show. It's not showing though. Hmm. Let me see if I can get it to show. Hello, everybody, and thank you for coming. After after the StreamYard went down last year, last week, some things were changed around. So it's okay. Just give me show display name. Oh, there it is. We did it, you guys. My brother has a saying, if all else fails, read. Good makes good and simple sense. So, unbiased queen, you were the first one in here. Thank you for coming and welcome to Garden Quilt and Art Show. It looks a little funny down there. It turned white, I see, and it used to be purple. Last week, the GQUAT was blue. Deborah Garrett, thank you for coming. Crafty Leo, thank you for coming. I saw somebody else, Deborah, my Renaissance Grandma, and thank you for sharing my earlier video, my Renaissance Grandma. I have had so much fun this week. It's like, oh my goodness. I think I lived a year, and today's like Thursday, the fourth day of the week. I think I have aged, not aged, I don't feel age, but I have lived. I have lived so much. So, how many of you in here have ever had children or anyone live with you, nieces, nephews? Can you put a 1 in the chat? Anybody who's ever had somebody live with you or you have children of your own, when you guys hear me say Auntie Ellen, whatever, I don't, I think I tell you how old, well, figuratively in numbers how old I am, but it doesn't register until I stand next to my son, my baby boy, who seems like I just was going to the hospital 53 years ago. I mean, a couple of years ago. And then all of a sudden, I turn around and my youngest child is 53 years old. My other child is a little older than him. You never tell a lady's age. Maria Graham, Yankee sister, Crafty Leo. And, I'm looking up at him, and I didn't even know he was on the East Coast, let alone, let me tell you what happened. So Monday, I was expecting a couple things from Amazon. Now, not spending, not just buying for no reason. Tomorrow is March 1st. Okay. So just getting some things ready for the end of the month. Mike's Chaotic Gardening, thank you for coming and welcome. Thank you for being both a moderator and a member of the Friends and Family Club. Everyone whose name in green is a patron member of the Friends and Family Club, and I appreciate that. I'm able to get little things for the channel, not that I couldn't get them before, but I live on a fixed income and I'm trying to let it do what it do. I'm trying to live within my means. Hudson, thank you for coming and welcome. My son was looking at your quilt over there where I have it all folded up, waiting for you when you're ready. And so, anyway, I'm sitting here minding my business, waiting for the Amazon truck. So I get a text from my son, and the text says, "Hold on, wait a minute. I have to fix something in here. First, let me see if I can see the chat in my phone. Excuse me, un momento, you guys. So let me turn my do not disturb sign off. I try to get ready for you guys. So now it's off and not have the phone ringing. Okay, the bell is off. Now, Crafty Leo has gifted 5 memberships. Oh, thank you. You touch my heart. You touch my heart, you guys. You know, not like I said, I'm not trying to like be the person at the end of the ramp, selling oranges so that I can eat. I'm homeless. None of that. But I just try to make, and I don't know, you guys who don't have memberships, maybe somebody can explain how to get the gift memberships. I know that I don't do it. I know that somehow you go through YouTube to do it. So let me see if I can pull it up, because all right, just give me 1 minute, you guys. I'm trying to. Okay, there's YouTube. I'll do the plus. Access my photos. Maybe I'll get more. Maybe I'll find you guys. Okay, I'm just trying to do something because I want to show you guys something. I would like to share the screen. No, okay, just give me 1 second. Oh, there's those 3 little dots. Just give me 1 second, you guys. I have so much to show you, and it's so exciting. I know some of you are at work, home. Okay, we're getting there. Home, garden quilt and art show. Talking to myself so I don't forget. Of all the things I've ever lost, YouTube automatically selects the recipient. You wish they allowed the gifter to select. I do too, but I appreciate the gift and the gifters. Sissy, Joanne Stevens, are you home at the house? You guys, could we have a moment of silence and some prayers? Auntie Joanne Stevens' husband, Roscoe, had a medical procedure yesterday for his heart. He spent the night at the hospital. They're home now. Love you, Roscoe. Love you. I wish I was there to make you some chicken noodle soup, baby, so you could feel better. But you know what I did? I made myself some and I ate it so that you could feel better. You know, I don't know how many of you believe in like sharing spirits, or I don't mean like in a negative way or anything, but when you're thinking about somebody so hard and then all of a sudden, out of the clear blue sky, they'll call. Well, that happened to me this week. And then I was getting ready to dial someone else's number, and the next person was on the phone. Okay, so let me see. I'm in here, community moderation, participant mode. Anybody can participate. Because Yankee's sister had some trolls. I should not even say that word. They might show their little stinking butts up over here. Well, I guess I'll leave it alone, because I'll give my thank you guys for giving me the thumbs up. Frugal Wellness with a Frugal Mama, with your fine self, all that exercising. You guys have me exercising in the morning. I'm up to doing squats again. And a funny story. I was on Facebook this morning, and some of you know that exactly 2 weeks ago, I had a full complete ham hock put in my knee. Thank you for your membership, Frugal Mama, Mike's Chaotic Gardening. And I'm standing there. The last thing my trainer, not my trainer, my physical therapist said, she told me to hold on to my walker. I don't even have it here because I can walk around the apartment with just a cane if I need to. But anyway, she told me to do squats. Well, the stitches are still in my knee, so I can only squat so low. So I'm practicing like a straight back doing squats. Happy that I can do one. And somebody's on Facebook said, Oh, for goodness sakes, put your heels flat on the floor. I'm like, you know what? I wish you were here. I could put you flat on the floor. I bet you that. I didn't say that. Mother, if you're here, I'm being good over here. I'm being good over here. So, okay, let me just try one more time to fix something in here. So now I'm in the chat, community moderation, live chat, block words, message delay, none. Well, I guess it won't happen today, or I just will leave it alone so that I can look you guys in the eye. Oh, but I just wish I could do some of those little things that I see people doing. Well, at least I don't have that big dumb duck up there. Mother, people are saying hello. Maria Grandma's saying hi. Hudson is saying hi, laughing. So everybody's laughing. I guess it's just me being silly. So welcome home, Roscoe. And I hope the procedure does everything it's supposed to. When I was using your wife's bathroom in her studio, there was a book there. So I didn't know what was going on. So, of course, I'm in the reading room on the throne. Why wouldn't the queen read and see what was going on? And so I read about it and be about it. So Monday, we're backtracking. Woo! Backtracking to Monday. And I get a text on my phone. And the text says, it was from my son. It says, go to your door. And I'm looking, thinking the Amazon driver must have taken a picture of my door at my apartamento. And there's a package sitting there. There's a package of the parking lot with the back door, so of the building. So I said, well, maybe Amazon, because my children are always my contacts for, like, if I have surgery. Either my two children, I have one daughter, one son, or Auntie Joanne. What was I trying to do, Queen? I was trying to sneak some moderators in there without them knowing it. But it's okay. I know. Wait a minute. Let me try this one last thing. Manage videos. Keep my subscriptions private. Optionally add pronouns. No, we're not doing pronouns because I always mess up. Well, I'm going to try one last thing. No, I'm not, because I want to talk to you guys and I don't want to hold you all night. They're showing me. Well, let me just show you this, because there's my son, my baby boy. That's him with the gray in his goatee. So Crafty Leo said she'll be right back. Queen on the throne. So I was trying one last thing, but it didn't work. And Tea House, the message says go to the door. So I'm like, let me get my package. I don't want it to disappear. I'm expecting some small things, but important things that I really need. So normally I'll look out the peephole before I open the door. My little security thing didn't go off for me to buzz somebody into the building. I opened the door, and standing with her back against the wall was a dear friend of mine. Mike said, my son is handsome. Thank you. Click their name and add as a moderator. 3, I just love you, Rachel. She's always there for her nanny, her ninny. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let me go back, because I don't know how to drop links. And she says, go into the live, go by their name. So you are, just 1 second, you got, you know what? Maybe she did it for me, so, but they're already moderators, so I don't know what I'm tripping about. So I open the door, and there's a lady that used to be a former helper, and she's standing like back up against the wall. Everybody who knows me, those of you who are preppers or 2A, they know not to come within arm's reach of me. What is that movie, the when they're kicking and turning and everything? Who knows what I'll turn into if somebody approaches the door. So she was standing there with a thing of flowers in her hand, and I could see there was a man with her. And I said, "Oh, that's so sweet." She must have brought her nephew because her son is short and heavy set. And then I'm feeling that this person's moving closer to me, and it's right in my blind spot. Like, you know, in your car, your truck, in the mirror, that one spot where you can see everything except that. So I turn around, and the guy pushes his hat back. It's my son, Aaron. Yeah, the Matrix. That's the one I was thinking. I've been trying to say the Matrix, sissy, for I don't know how long. And my son reaches down and he hugs me, and I'm just a crying, just wetting his clothes all up. I was so happy to see him. I haven't seen him since forever, like my birthday in November. But he's getting really good at sneaking up on us. So apparently, for his birthday, which was Saturday, I talked to him after I got off my live, and I said, "So what are you doing?" "I'm just chilling, getting some rest. I might get something to eat, just with my peeps." He didn't tell me he was in the DMV with his sister. He didn't tell me that. So then he came in, and I'm showing him out the window. The parking lot is like right in back of my apartment. I'm like, "Oh, so do you need something to drive?" So he goes, "No, I have my sister's car." I'm like, "Oh, excuse me. So I guess you don't need anything else to drive." So I said, "Well, let me give you the extra set of keys to the apartment so that you can come in and out when you want to." He said, "No matter. I have Sonia's keys too." What? They take care of their mother. She was here when I got home from the hospital, even though I told her it was a work day, and I told her to stay at work. No, she came here and she wasn't happy either. There were some things going on that shouldn't have been going on. Yeah, surprise. So I'm not showing that. But anyway, for those of you, okay, show links. I want to be able to show banners, show my email. Some of you have been emailing me, and I appreciate it, and asking about me. Rachel helped me to Unbiased LLC, helped me to set my banners up again. Poor Yankee sister couldn't. Hey, Val Creates. She couldn't get on this morning. I couldn't talk on hers. They wouldn't let me in. I don't know if I had a timeout or if I'm kicked out for good, but neither could she let her co-host in. So, if that ever happens to you guys, some of you who have new channels, don't panic. Don't panic. Just relax, take it easy. We who are your supporters, we're going to be there for you. We're not going anywhere. So anyway, my son's name is Aaron, my one son, and he came, he stayed for a while. He read all the directions on my ice therapy ice machine. I couldn't get it to work. So I was just using these gel packs, and he couldn't get it to work either, so we ordered another one. And thanks to a resilient dad, he texted me one day and asked if I needed anything, and I said, "No, I don't need anything." I said, "Oh, you know what? I have this apartment size refrigerator and freezer, and this is the first time in my whole life since the 1970s that I ever had a refrigerator that didn't have the thing with the ice. I don't really eat or drink ice in my drinks, but ice I either can make, I have these giant 6 cubes I make at a time. Half the time my freezer is taped shut. Oh, there's the ice dropping, automatic ice. Val Creates, thank you for coming. Love that new name, Psalm 146. So, yep, Aaron snuck up on me. So he was in the DMV. He borrowed his sister's car and drove 6 hours to get to Connecticut. And he has to pass my mom's exit to get here. I guess him was so excited to see him mommy and make sure his mommy was okay. So he came here. He had 2 bags, a carry-on bag and a backpack. Then he left here and went to surprise my mother. That How did this happen? How did this get over there? Well, that's interesting. It's in the middle. Hold on 1 minute, you guys. These banners. So I'm just gonna, oh, there, now it's smaller. So he did the funniest thing to surprise my mom. He There were like 3 telephones in on the big surprise. Oh, and guess what? My granddaughter, it was her birth anniversary. It was her birthday and her anniversary. So she and her husband had a suite at one of the hotels at National Harbor. And Cam had his 16th birthday. So they also went to National Harbor, which is right outside of Washington, D.C. So I guess they were all there. Aaron was there when I talked to him, but he didn't tell me. So picture this. He goes in the entryway of my mom's house. There's like a big foyer and then her bedroom. So there were 3 people with their phones on, so they recorded. So Aaron calls mommy and says, "Hey, Ma, how are you doing?" "Oh, I don't feel good today. Not so much. I didn't get up." And she's gonna kill me for saying this. So he was saying, "Well, can you hear me? How's the transmission? Can you hear me?" "Yeah, I hear you now." My mother's like I was doing just now. When she's on her phone, she doesn't look up. You could be right next to her. She doesn't look up, and she's talking on the phone. So Aaron's like, "Okay, Mom. Well, I hope to get to see you soon." "Yeah, I miss you too." And then he touches her on the shoulder, and she looks up, and there he is hugging his grandma. Then he goes around to my dad's side of the bed. It's a big old king size bed. And he leans down to kiss her. She's looking up, and she's not like me. She doesn't cry when she's happy. She's looking at him. She said, "You were my first grandson." And she's rubbing his beard. I don't know if she's trying to rub the gray out. "Oh, were you, Mom?" And she's rubbing his face, and he's smiling. And all you could see is 32 teeth on him, 32 teeth on everybody in the room. It was so cool. So, of course, we have all the videos of everybody. What were you saying was a good idea for potholders? Hey, famous with a Y, rooted in essential oils. So then Aaron says, "Okay, Mom, I'll be back." So he went to the drugstore. He went to the post office. I have my mail here. And he looks around. He goes, "Mom, you have a lot of stuff." Yes, I'm a prepper. Yes, guilty, guilty, guilty. And he goes, "Well, I'm a minimalist. In my apartment, I have everything, the things that I basically need. And then I got rid of most of that." Hello, Nancy, our treasured home. Thank you for coming. And welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're in the bushes, welcome. If you're here on a replay, welcome. So let's see. Deborah Garrett was saying how sweet. So him and Mom had a kiss-a-thon. And then it's a big house over there. So they were all in on it, that Aaron was coming to surprise Grandma. Like Bakari and Aaron surprised me at Auntie Joanne's house in Arizona and had that. He's getting real good at sneaking up on old folks. So then he tells me about, I have a lot of stuff. He went and got me a case of water. Then on the way back, he got me 6 more cases of water, 2 cases of ginger ale. I don't really drink soda, but I noticed I was so sick after my surgery that my daughter would say Uber, what do you call it? DoorDash. So Aaron put me on his DoorDash so that if when I can't get up or go to the store myself, or I don't have somebody to go, or I don't have to wait for Amazon, they'll just come and deliver it. Jason Bender, greetings from Wisconsin. I am into essential oils. You take red clover for high blood pressure? Oh, very good. Very good. I'm 75, but my blood pressure is 126 over 62. I give high blood pressure, but I don't have it. But I just like herbs. I like the way they taste. I like what they do for you. I like aromatherapy. My vaporizer. I even have a place. I saw yours famous. For those of you who like essential oils, he has a vaporizer where you put a few drops of essential oil in there. I have one very similar. I put tea tree oil in mine or peppermint, and I have very bad sinuses and everything. Everybody's saying, "Hi, Joanne." Nancy, our treasured home, Roscoe just had a procedure with his heart. So everybody's heart is pumping hard and strong. So Aaron's at mom's house. He was going to go to a hotel. And then he said, up 1 o'clock in the morning, I hear Mr. Hershey alert and go to the door. It was Aaron, came to spend the night with his mom. So we've had a good week. Then he went back by there again on his way back to the DMV. And my mother was so excited when Aaron came. He was only going to say hi and give her one last kiss before he drove in the rain Monday night back to DC. I didn't want him to. And he's like, "Ma, I can drive." I know you can drive. Who do you think taught you? Oh, that's right. It wasn't me. It was my brother Joe, who used to have Aaron sitting on his lap and driving on the highway at age 9. The family's just very, very supportive. Okay, so what did I get in the mail from the post office? All of you guys have been so supportive. I appreciate your emails, your text messages, your chats, your everything. Here's one card. I won't read who it's from, but it says, "Today is a very special day." And it has all these cute little butterflies floating around. And it says, "Hi, Penny. Glad to see you up and around. Keep doing your exercising on your leg. Things will get better soon, and you will be back on track. Take it one day at a time. I know you. You won't be back to yourself." I know. I called the doctor today, and, if I needed to, would I be able to drive? Since it wasn't my driving leg that was operated on. And he said, as long as I'm not taking any drugs for pain, you guys are so cheap. You didn't give me anything for pain with your cheap self. You gave me enough to last one day. I'm like, what is that noise? It's the ice in the ice maker dropping. Okay. So my next one is this one. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. This is true. Wishing you strength and comfort during this difficult time. Love you, sis. Get well soon. We all love you, Penny. A lot of you guys do. I'm sure not everybody does, but they'll get over it. Or they can find something soft to play with. La la la. So here's one more. Oh, these are such pretty cards. Look at this one. And we love hummingbirds, you guys. I know the name of this hummingbird. Uncle Roscoe loves hummingbirds. I have a hummingbird retreat in their yard. When I'm there, the hummingbirds know it. Do you guys know that in Sedona, Arizona, they have a yearly hummingbird retreat where people come from all over the world to see the hummingbirds? And this one says, "It would be my wish that these caring thoughts, words of support, could make everything immediately better. Just know that I believe in you, and I'm hoping the kind of brighter days you deserve are ahead. Until then, I'm certain your strength will carry through. Then it says, Penny, it's hard to know what to say at a time like this, but know that I care. You're in my thoughts. Love you. You guys are so supportive. So supportive. I've said many times, I never came on YouTube to have a big channel. I'm not trying to grow a big channel. I like having a small channel where I know you guys intimately. When I say intimately, I mean like I know what your kids' names are, your husband, your wife, whatever. Oh, speaking of which, where is it? I'm not through with the mail haul, but this is funny. So today is February 29th. February 29th comes once every 4 years to do something to the calendar, and it's called leap year. Does anybody know? I have two questions. This is an icebreaker. Does anybody know what a Sadie Hawkins dance is? A Sadie Hawkins? Let me know in the chat if you know what Sadie Hawkins is trying to. Sadie Hawkins is not trying to do. I think I did everything in here. So, does anybody know what? Oh, bye, you sugar. I didn't see you to say hello. Hello to anybody I didn't say hello to. Deborah Garrett, I think I did. I think I did. I think I did. And Wellness with Frugal Mama. I watch you in the mornings. I'm in the bushes, and but I'm doing my own exercises. I actually start at 6 o'clock. I have a helper that comes to help me here, and guess what? My helper actually gets here at 6 o'clock. I get up at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And when I need help with little things, that's when I need it. Like not 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I'm ready to go outside, go walk Hershey, go do everything. Joanne said she doesn't remember, but we had them growing up in Connecticut. Barb Brownlee, Sadie Hawkins were at the dances where it used to be that the guys used to go out, and I'm being very general with pronouns, and it would be that the boys would ask the girls to dance or whatever. But for Sadie Hawkins dance, that would be the one time the girls could ask anybody to dance. But guess what? Us girls did. We danced with each other anyway. We didn't care if you didn't come ask us to dance. I know I would. I danced to the fast records, the slow records, all the records in between. If somebody asked me to dance, I was just a dancing queen. I just dance. So going to February 29th, traditionally over the years, and I'm using the pronouns very loosely, that would be the day of the year when instead of men asking women to marry them, women would ask the men to marry them. Or how many of you put a 5 in the chat? How many of you think you don't give a rat's whatever they sit on? If you want to get married, you ask me or I'll ask you, or does it really matter? Francesca, thank you for coming and welcome. I couldn't get on with Yankee Sister either. So I don't know what's going on. I see some of the names in green, some in blue in StreamYard, but I can really get a better count with this one. Yankee Sister says, you're always in our prayers, Sissy Joanne Stevens. So let's see. I'm so excited that, guess what? I forgot to put my leg up. I'm not asking so no on my. Somebody asked me 3 times, 3 different people. I've been married 3 times, and guess what? I'm single again, and no, I'm not getting on the road. Ooh, I put my leg up. That kind of hurts. But I'm not going to be really long. So let's see what Amazon brought, because this was something I really needed. I saw Mike's Chaotic Gardening. I didn't look at it. I just opened the seal. I hate having to fumble with it on camera. Mike had these really nice scissors. I like scissors and I like knives. I don't have a lot of knives. Marie Graham says 5. She don't give a rat. Who? Single to mingle? Nope, I'm good. All by myself. I love being by myself. I love it, love it, love it. I love when my kids came to see me and then when they were left, it's like, okay, let me push this back over here. Let me do that. Then everything they told me to do, I said, okay. Then guess what? As soon as they left, I trashed it right back all over again because I was telling my son when he was telling me I have a lot. I'm like, well, this is my shipping area. This is where I do my shipping. This is my podcast area where it's a nice little backdrop over here. There's a crafting slash art studio slash machine area. There's an eating area. I have a really big kitchen, a really big bathroom, because this is a certified handicap apartment, and I should be able to get those big street worthy wheelchairs and ride up and down and then come to my apartment, ride around, cook. I just have to move my butcher block and one set of shelves over there. And my bedroom, I have 2 beds. I have a full-size bed and an antique hospital bed. So Aaron was asking me something, and he was saying, well, you could just get into your hospital bed and they could roll the head up and your knees and your feet. Yeah, but I'm not ready yet. When I get old, our treasure home says, see, you have it all organized. You know where you have it, everything. A street worthy wheelchair. I'll tell you a funny story. Uh, yeah, the story's funny, but the circumstances aren't. I had 2 friends years ago that were males. One was a paraplegic, one was a quadriplegic, and they used to go to like the hangout street in New Haven is called like Dixwell Avenue, and I was the program director at a community center over there. I would see them sometimes going down the street in the hood, right? And they'd have these street worthy wheelchairs. I think the wheelchairs could go like up to, I want to say 20, 30 miles an hour. And they would be riding along, chit chatting, taking the whole lane, and then holding hands or locking arms so that if they went over a bump, it wouldn't push them so far apart that they couldn't talk to each other. So look at these scissors, you guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So these are professional 10-inch fabric sewing shears made somewhere not in the United States, and they're supposed to be for leather and heavy goods. The interesting thing is and I don't know why, speaking of pronouns and gender inequality, I mean, we could both do the same job, but if it says male on your birth certificate or whatever, most men get paid more than women. I'm not trying to politicize anything. I'm just saying, who doesn't want one of those? Don't mess with you, huh, Auntie Ella? Yep. That's why when I opened the door, my friend was across the thing, and Aaron was standing just out of arm or legs reach. Legs reach. So look at these scissors. When I had dressmaker shears like the Gingers, those expensive German scissors that were for women seamstresses. They were $60 a pair. Everything. I bought these, and I want to drop them on my foot. I did that a couple months ago. Whoa, these are heavy duty. These are heavy, physically heavy, but I have all those jeans to cut up. It comes with this wrench in there and a measuring tape. Guess what? Like $14. And it comes with an active warranty. The scissors come lightly oiled for long lasting. Before using your scissors, be sure to wipe them with a clean, dry cloth. So they come in this little case. I can do some serious damage. Whoa. Oh, I'm like about to break my thumb trying to open. Question. I had a friend that wanted to make a quilt out of her deceased husband's shirts. Is that possible? Hold on, Hudson. Hold that thought because I'm going to show you whether. Sorry, you guys, I'm a little hoppity, but I will be right back, Hudson. La la la, I will be right back. So I'm already on the return flight. Oh, and by the way, Sissy, Auntie Joanne, Aaron's flight landed in LA, so he's back on the ground. Francesca says her mom would get so mad at the kids using her pinking shears for paper. You learn not to, and to teach your kids. Look at this, Hudson. This is, they called them memory quilts, and I made 15 of them out of, this is my personal quilt. I've been using it every day for the last 10 years. And I made one out of, these are my dad's old work clothes. Some of them even have paint. He had a construction business. Like, oh, you can actually see the paint. He wasn't a messy painter like me, but you can actually see a little bit of paint on here. I know the green shirt because I've got this quilt memorized by heart. This green, I even use the buttons. You can use the sleeves, Hudson. So, yes, I didn't have to get up. I like it. It's like if you guys came to visit me, I would be getting up. Ask Yankee's sister. I would be throwing something on the stove. I would be making you some cornbread. We would make some tea. That's just what I do when you visit. When you visit. Such a beautiful memory. I made 15 of these. Auntie Joanne has one. If you look at the videos when I was at her house in Arizona, I fell asleep on one of the neck bone pillows that I made at her house, and I was testing it. I was road testing it, and then she came and put her quilt that I made out of Daddy's clothes. So I made one for my mom, my sister Joanne, my brother Bill, my sister Della, my baby brother Joe, my granddaughter Sharita. No, or did she? Yes, no, Sharita didn't get one. My son Aaron, my cousin Kenny. He's like a cousin brother. His father and my dad were brothers. But guess what, you guys? This is Aaron's birthday gift. He tested it out. He slept on it when he was here, but I'm going to mail it to him. I just wanted to show you that I used my 15 minutes one day to finish his neck bone pillow. And this one is Bakari's because I wasn't sure if he was going to take them with him, but he only had 2 carry-on bags. He says he's low maintenance. He is. I'm high maintenance. I'll put my leg back up. How did you know it wasn't? Ooh, I'm busted. My chops are busted. Thank you, Sissy. Oh, by the way, you guys, these neck, it's up. Thank you, famous. I wish, I have a cousin who is a I'll just say, well, what is Elvis? Is he like a shiatsu masseuse? He does all the things like the wellness massages, the the deep, 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 deep massages, and that's what he does for a living. Did you ice it today, Auntie? Um, what had happened was I was working on stuff and I was so excited to see you guys. No, I didn't, but I will. I'm not going to stay on that long today. And I said I was going to sew, but I don't know. We'll see. But I just wanted to show you. So yes, and Hudson, you see this? I even used the pockets. We can have a class one day, you guys, for using old clothes to make quilts, and they call it deboning. and I will show you how to debone a shirt, because you know what? The sleeves have a lot of fabric in it. The sleeves have as much fabric as the whole back. The whole back. And these pillows are ergonomic. You can use them under your neck. I have I have handles on all of mine. They're good for carrying them. You can put it over, sometimes over your suitcase, or just carry it as a carry-on. Mom will yell at her. That ice is my friend. Listen. You know, when people start lying, they get to like they say, stuttering when they lying. You've never heard me stutter in my whole life. Here I am up there stuttering, but I will ice it throughout the night. I even have my own personal ice maker, so I won't run out of ice. Oh, but the first one that my mom bought, the insurance doesn't cover it, do anything. She paid cash for it. I borrowed it. It had never been used. Aaron read all the directions, all the videos, called the company. It still doesn't work. So I ordered another one. It should be delivered today and have to sign for it. But you know what? These straps that I put on, these are heavy duty straps. And like if you're flying, whatever, you're on your bed, this is how, you get it in back of you and just want to get it in that one little place, that in the crook of your neck. This is how I adjust the pillow and move it from place to place. You know where else this is good? A cameraman plays basketball, among other sports. He likes to put it in back of his back. Because sometimes kind of lay on my side, even with the ice. So I'll put the ice like sort of under my knee, wrapped around, and lay on my side. Then I put this between my knees. Like when I was pregnant having him 53 years ago, and you put the pillow between your knees to take the pressure off your back. So this really, really, really is a helpful thing to make. So, yes, Hudson. So, this kind of a quilt, you can make several kinds of quilts from clothing. This is called a rag quilt. The rag quilt, rooted in essential oils, loves the camo pillow. Oh, the green ones or the black and white. Can you sew? Can you sew? Famous? If not, I want to teach you. I want to teach you. I bet your son would love to have something that you made. Yankee sister, I see you all. I see you all up in my case. Both feet. Both feet, Karen's little garden. Oh, Karen's little garden. I know you were going to get some fabrics. Everybody fell in love with the purple fabrics that I showed on my live. I actually, you can get them from Quilt Africa Fabrics. I have it linked, and I'll link it again in this one, even though that's what the fabrics in this quilt are made of. Famous, you asked about them as well. Just tell them that you are friends of Auntie Ellen's and you would like a purple package variety similar to what Auntie Ellen likes, because that's what happened. I got like a pack of my own. And then there were some colors. I asked for purple. There were some colors that I would not have considered even remotely putting into any of my quilts. And I mix and match strange colors sometime, but no. So I don't know what. I did something. Rachel was helping, Unbiased was helping me do something. Trish the Natural, how are you? How are you? Look, I finally went natural and I think it's finally locking. I don't know what it's doing. Auntie Joanne told me to stop doing that. But your husband sewed their very own Bible bag. Yes, Francesca. Some of the students in my class in this very building, I had been teaching classes until the big you know what, and I have asthma, and I have a mother who is up in the numbers. I have a baby boy in the sixth living generations in the numbers, and I didn't want to risk taking anything back. So instead of doing the classes and volunteering to do classes in person, I do it here with you guys. So I feel that I'm still contributing, doing public works, and I still make quilts of valor. Public service announcement for those of anyone who has been in the military and has an honorable discharge. What you do is contact Quilts of Valor in your state, and what did I just do? Oh, there's everybody. And you contact Quilts of Valor, and anybody who's honorably discharged can get a Quilt of Valor. You did. You let your locks do what they do. Oh, thank you. It looks cute. Enjoy, Trish says. I can't say that I do things by myself. My granddaughter helps me. So this quilt is what's called a rag quilt. Why is it a rag quilt? Is it raggedy? No, it's comforting. And since most of Daddy's work shirts were flannel, in case some of you want to make a memory quilt, it doesn't have to be every block with the person's actual clothing. If you don't have enough, you just go to wherever your craft store, a secondhand store, whatever you do, and get enough to make the quilt. All these blocks like this with this yellow, this didn't come from my dad's shirt, but I bought a few yards so that I would have enough to finish my quilt in the memory quilt. And it says on it, you see the label? See if I can read backwards. It's upside down. How about I just look at it? Daddy, Joseph Pankey Sr., March 27th, 1927 to February 22nd, 2008. The quilt is 42 by 66. Artist, Penny Pankey. That's me. My family calls me Penny. And I made it in Norwalk, Connecticut. Wellness with Frugal Mamas are definitely about to check out Quilt of Valor. Yes, everybody is welcome. And what I was going to tell you, the back of the quilt, I didn't have enough of his clothes. So I just bought a fabric that he liked dark colors. And so I just bought some random dark colors. But you notice the quilt is 42 inches. I'm just saying, if my hips were 42 inches wide, this quilt, I get under it and, well, I can show you right on here. Okay, so these are my shoulders. These are my shoulders. Let me get it so you guys can see the pretty side out, as Unbiased would say. So it's like this when you're under it. So it's not that wide. It's more like a throw or for a sofa. And 66 inches, I'm 63 and a half inches. So what I'm actually going to do is I already have the quilt. I already have the memories. It's like once somebody has transitioned and left the earth, they're no longer physically with you. So do what you need to do to bring comfort and happiness, even if it only has one square. I made a memory quilt for my mom. When her dad passed, she had one shirt that belonged to him. Thanks, David Corey Cropper, for coming in to support us. Hi, Auntie Ellen. Somebody else said. Brampton Gardner. Hi, I was watching you. You were talking about kefir. And some people call it kefir. Some people call it kefir. I don't know why I call it kefir, other than I'm strange and I always called it that. But I've made it years ago, and I have the crystals to make some now. Oh, by the way, speaking of challenges, let farmers greens. I got my 2 cans delivered. That's one of the things that got delivered from Amazon, but they're already in the cabinet. So I put them away because my son was here this week. I wanted to make it look like I was organized. So I put them away. You're welcome, David. And so this quilt, I would like to actually have it a little bigger. So when I turn over, my booty's not out, or my elbow or my knee, or the back of my neck. So I'm actually going to add an extra row of blocks, but I'm going to make them all denim. That's why I got these big denim scissors that I was about to show you guys. So look at this. And speaking of David Corey with Crop, he's a barber. I don't know if all of you know that, but if you go get a haircut for women, they charge you $100 to get your hair done. A man go gets a haircut, it's 30, $40. It's like a fraction. What's up with that? That quilt is going to weigh a ton. No, it doesn't weigh a ton, Brampton, but this quilt is more like a weighted blanket, and I wanted it to be this. I had a traumatic brain injury myself, and that's why I use this quilt, because it is one of the heavier quilts. But I have a gazillion quilts. As a matter of fact, you guys, do you see the top of that bookcase, all those 4 black hampers? Every single one of those is filled to the top with a quilt top. I just have to get it quilted into the sandwich with the layers. I use 100% cotton in my layers. And by the way, even this quilt has cotton batting. I'm in Connecticut. It gets cold and it's going to be fine. It'll keep the air from getting underneath it. And so, yes, I found a quilt top yesterday going through my stash. You made it years ago. We got to get them finished. So I'm going to add to this, and this is going to help. So if the scissors are called dressmaker shears, they cost $60 by Gingham or some of the other foreign manufacturers. This has a tip protector. I knocked some cooking scissors off the counter a couple months ago, and they were the ones that go to my that came with my stand mixer, so they were good ones. Yankee Sister says, look at my phone messages. I will look at them. And Bias said, look at my cell phone messages. Excuse me, you guys, I do have a lot. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I think, oh, just put it, oh. Okay, thanks, you guys. I can't walk into bubblegum. My son told me he loves me too. A resilient dad asked me, how's my recovery going? I don't know. I'm too busy running from the ice machine. My dad bought me some 9-inch shears on Amazon. I love them. They're huge. My new pinking shears are 9 inches. Oh, but Rachel, Rochelle, I mean, not Rachel. Look at these. These are 10 inches. Look at these. And they come with the wrench. They come with, like, we don't have 5 million, but look at these. These will cut up Big Rooster's pants much faster. These are professional shears. Thanks, Mike, for telling me about them. And, oh, I see the oil. Can you see the oil on the blades? These are nice. These are really nice. I didn't need them, but I really, really wanted them. Listen. You can hear the blades. Like, listen. Can you hear that? And this part, the metal part, I've had these before. I read them. It's like coated. It's coated. So these will be going into rotation on the team. And Food by Faith, thank you for coming. Food by Faith, please go to the beginning of this chat, because I just talked about quilts of valor, and you, as a former service person, are entitled to a quilt of valor for free in your state. And I'd like to thank all of you and all of the families of those who have served in the military. Thank you for your service. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now, Rachel, Unbiased LLC, I have to show this before I close up. I want to show you, because with my hands and some other stuff, you don't cut a Big Luce's pants faster. What you trying to say about my Ruru? Oh, you guys, Big Rooster did a public service announcement thanking his auntie Ellen for the gift that I made for him. They tore him a new butt head. I mean, they tore him a whole new butt. They said I wasn't paying attention in the chat, and I thought somebody said happy birthday. So rushing to get his package out, I just got a card that said happy birthday. They said that, oh, Rooster, no, you didn't troll Auntie Ellen. She is so nice. They cut him up. They cut him up for 2 hours. 2 hours. So unbiased, Rachel, unbiased LLC, can you drop your channel in the chat, because she is an authorized vendor for these. I had some electric scissors years ago. I didn't have any right now. So I'm doing whatever I can do to make my life easier. These shears come with a 3-year warranty. It has an O blade and a D blade. It explains what you get. And the O blade is for paper and fabric. The D blade is for cardboard and metal. So how many people think I should use the D blade for cardboard and metal for Big Rooster? Or how many paper? I'm going to be cutting and cutting. My granddaughter sent me another, when Aaron came from mommy's house Monday night, he put a bag by my bed. He says, I'll put it in the room. I'm like, no, put it by my bed. I know they were already washed. I wanted to see what they brought me. I wanted to see where they brought me. And they're pink. I wanted pink. They come in turquoise and other colors. But you know why I wanted pink? Because pink is not my favorite color. It's Crafty Leo's color. And I have very few things that are pink in my apartment, and I'll be able to find it in all this fabric, all these books, all these everything. So I can get to work. Look at these, you guys. So I wonder if I can see with my bare eyes. Oh, I was telling you about sharp scissors. Don't leave them near the edge of the counter. Not these. These won't even be going in the kitchen. But going from, these are almost like a samurai blade. Do you see how big these are? But I have a lot of fabric to debone. I knocked my KitchenAid shears down. I didn't think they stabbed my foot, but they did a pretty good job. So Unbiased LLC. Thank you, Hudson, for dropping her link. And thank all of you. So I don't know how to do it. And that's why I was trying to make sure you were a moderator. So all of you who are content creators, can you put a one in the chat if you are a content creator, so that I can have the moderators drop your link so that you can find each other. K655, I go on at 6 p.m. on Saturdays. On Thursdays, I go at 4 o'clock because that's when I used to have my live classes. So instead of going live here in person, I just go live on YouTube. So if the moderators could please drop the links for those with a 1 in the chat, I would appreciate it. So Auntie Ellen's gonna be cutting up. So now I'm going to show you one more thing that I'm excited about. Those of you, how many of you, let me put this back in here before it ends up underneath the chair. Thank you, Rachel Unbiased, for the link so that I could get these and get a few little things for your channel. So I want to show you, how many of you crochet? Those of you who crochet, I took this Afghan out. Some people call them blankets. I don't know why. I grew up calling them Afghans. And this one is called A Rose in Bloom. I used to make these, but not anymore. I'm too busy. Since I discovered quilting, that's all I want to do is quilt, 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 quilt. So all I do is quilt. So my mother made this one for me, and it's purple. So of course I'm going to keep it. So that brings me to my next thing. So when Aaron got here, he came in my room. It is warm, Francesca. The roses are heavy. There's spaces between the leaves. So it's a rose and then some leaves and then the background. Mother, mommy, the good daughter needs a flavor for you, please, mom. So Aaron brought me this. Everybody knows I like purple. So one of my nieces in DC, actually in Oxon Hill, Maryland, sent me this bag with not one. Look at this beautiful purple plum fabric. It's almost the same purple as the purple in the first one mommy made me. Mommy, I'm getting one. Mom, I want a new. You like purple too, famous? I love purple. Mom, I want a new quilt. I mean, not a new quilt. You want a new quilt. I've got to get her a new quilt for Mother's Day. I just got to send them to the long garment. So here's one. Let me see how many my niece sent me. So here's one. Two. And these are big skeins. 3, 4, 5. And I like the light green leaves, mommy. And then this one that was open. And then she sent me, I don't know what I would use these for. Maybe weaving. She sent me 2 in gold. I love the feel of this cotton. 2 in gold. Then 2 in blue. Blue is my next favorite color, and turquoise. I have 2 of these. Then I have 1 in black. This will be good for tying stuff off or for making baskets. You guys, we're going to be making some baskets with a sewing machine on the zigzag stitch and using clothesline rope. You just wind it around and around and zigzag it, and you can put this or fabric around it to add color to it, or you can make them by hand. You don't have to use a sewing machine. Then here's fundamental cotton and lipstick red. So I have 1, 2, 3. Time for us to crochet, mommy. I crochet at night when sifting some soil. Mona and F.R. Humphrey and them come on. Oh, here's one more small blue one. I guess this one was used. So I have like 2.5 of those. I don't have a lot of knitting thread anymore. I gave most of it away because I don't have, and my arthritis in my hand, the crochet hook bothers my wrist. And when I make the rugs, it really, really hurts. And I have this. This might be good for tying off some quilts. There's a way that you can tie them instead of quilting them. So I will put these away. I put them here so I can move them easily because I have to show you what we came to talk about today. And that's my granddaughter, Sharita, her birthday gift, which was a hobo bag. I started making her one she has 3 children, ages 16, 18, and 20. And she gave me all of their jeans that were little. I cut them up. You want to make the clothesline baskets? Maybe we can do a live and do it together. Unbiased LLC wants to. I just remembered my phone volume is off. That's why I didn't know people were texting me. And I'm working on. Sharita said she wanted a small hobo bag, so I made her one 3 years ago, like this one with the camo and this light colored heavy duty fabric. It's kind of like Big Rooster's, except it has a little bit of a plaid in it. So she works in the school system. She takes hers every single day. I like to put a tie in these smaller bags because as long as you can just loop the top together, you can put a lot of stuff in it. She even, as I've told you, some of you, she can even take her son's basketballs, like an extra basketball, when he has a game. So this is what the smaller tote will look like. Rita, if you're in Grandmommy's room watching, your bag is almost ready. And my chat tonight is going to help me decide how to finish my only granddaughter's better late than never gift. See if I miss anything there. I'll have to source some rope. Brampton Gardner, I don't know if they have an ACE hardware in Canada. There are different kinds of rope and you can get it on Amazon even. But I'll tell you what, Yankee's sister will tell you because there's an Ace hardware in the town she lives in, not here, and she went to pick some up for me, and there's definitely a difference in the quality of rope. So you want to get it, and you want to get the one that says clothesline rope, not window sashing. Okay, so you guys, guess what? Dun, 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 dun. Sharita's bag is almost finished. So I worked on it for 15 minutes Saturday after you guys for 15 minutes on Sunday. So I kind of basted the strap on. Look at this cute little pocket that's going to be on the inside. So nobody's cell phone is as gross as mine. This thing is so big and so heavy, but that other bag doesn't have a pocket on the inside. I wished it did, but even my big old cell phone will fit down here on the inside. So look, that will be on the inside because she's the love of my life, my only granddaughter. I put a heart on the outside. It was Valentine's Day. So I made a heart pocket. This is my own little design. I just sat there and cut it out. And Mom, those silver buttons you gave me, you guys, this is the only label I had. You guys, Rachel advice, this is all I had, but I use what I have. It has my name on it. It says an original by Ellen Pankey. So I've got the handles basted on, but look at this adorable button. It's not sewn on. I just have it because I was auditioning buttons. Isn't this just beautiful? This vintage button. It looks like it has like a lion on it or some crown thing. It's really, really pretty. So that's what's going on the outside of a clothesline basket live. Yes. So thank you, Hudson, for dropping everybody's link. So this heart on the outside is also a pocket. I made it not as wide as the whole heart because in case you wanted to put your cell phone in it, it could fit in and not jiggle and easily jump out. But so I have the one on the inside. But now I'm going to have, I always make the reinforced bottom. And there are several ways you can make the lining on the inside. You can basically make two bags and put them inside each other. But why bother? I'm going to make a French seam on this bag. What is a French seam? And the reason for it, you can serge it, you can do any way you want to. But you see this really, really thick seam, Rachel? And it's not even the usual quarter of an inch that I use for my quilting. This one must be a good thick 5/8 of a seam. And the reason I do this is because it's so heavy. The bag basically sits up by itself. It doesn't cave in. I like having these big supportive things. This is a really heavy duty bag, like Big Rooster's bag. So this one is denim. I didn't use cotton batting in this one. I just used some iron-on batting. And I have to ask for a vote. And going around the back, I just made one diagonal line of, I guess you could call it a quilting. It's 3 layers, but I just went from one corner instead of sewing an X. You see, I went on one side, one half of the X. For my quilts, on the rag quilts, I usually sew an X. You see, from one corner to the other. So this is just a bag. It's going to be lightweight. It didn't need to. I just wanted it to stick to the sides. So here it is. Now, the vote. So, of course, it's on the floor. I want you to decide. You know, a Big Rooster's bag in the corner for the trim where the handles attach. I didn't do it on this bag. This is my own personal bag. But you can, I want you to see. Do you see how many times I sewed and reinforced this bag? I think I went up and down like 3 times, around each side 3 times. Sometimes I do 5. The purse I sewed last week, you had 10 layers of vinyl and 2 regular to sew through to attach the straps. You were shocked at how well your domestic machine sewed through it. What kind of a machine were you using? GQUAT, girl, bad to the bone. Thank you, Crappa. Thank you, sir, Crappa. Crappa, you got them big old long jeans. You need to be getting them together and getting them cut up, sir. So this bag, I told you my granddaughter's been using every day. She takes her lunch in it, books, whatever she's taken to school to work that day, she takes it. But this is what I need your vote on, you guys. So here in the corners, does it need leather? No, it doesn't need leather. You see that bag. My really heavy duty bag, I didn't. That one was for me. You have a baby lock. It's about 12 years old. I have a baby lock embroidery and sewing machine over there. I just haven't taken it out yet. I love it. Oh, and by the way, those of you who have baby lock, all the baby, pretty much most of the baby lock and most of, oh, wait. What is that other sewing machine? Brother. Their parts are interchangeable. I have somebody that has a brother with like, I don't know which one she had. She's got a big one with like 15 heads now. And she sent me some of her old hoops for my embroidery machine. I bought an embroidery machine, a different one when I downsized, still sitting brand new in the case, except when I took it to class. But I'm going to take it out. But my place is small, and you know I would never have any clutter around me. So I try to only have one machine out of the case at one time, and only 2 or 3 sewing machines. So I need to get a quick vote. So I dropped them again. Excuse me, you guys. And yes, Bougie Prepper, I'm not doing the squats like you guys do, but let me whine a little. Give me a break. At least I'm doing them. I'm 75 years old and I have stitches in my knee. I still do it. It's nice to get the cheaper parts. I don't buy cheaper parts. I buy only baby lock. But it's good to know that if you have parts that they're interchangeable. I got that. I wish I didn't have it. I got that big fancy black case over there that says baby lock all over it with the gold writing. Soon as you take that out of a vehicle, people are like, oh, you got a baby lock, do you? Uh-huh. Don't leave that baby lock case in the back seat of your car or in plain view if you want your car or the baby lock or the baby lock. Okay, you guys. So what color trim? Let's get some numbers going. I'm trying to keep them in order. I'll put them in order like the rainbow. So red is the first color. You buy the Brother Bobbin cases. I keep a bobbin case. I actually have the baby lock bobbin cases. Why? Because they suckered me. I went to class and they gave us a voucher for whoever was taking. Oh, hold on one second. Excuse me, you guys. Hello? 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 No, where are you? Oh, are you're not in the back room anywhere, are you? Oh, I am. I am. Okay. 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 Okay, Nieta. I'm just gonna have them vote. Somebody's calling me to tell me I've been on too long. All right. I love you. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Thank you. I wasn't supposed to be on long. So I'm not gonna sell, but I want you to tell me when I come on live Thursday at 6 p.m. Sissy said it's time to wind down and get the knee up with the ice on it. Nanny, it's time. I'm going right now. Okay, here's red number one, kind of alligator looking. Do you want me to dress it up? Because I'll have this bag finished. I just have to sew the sides. And I can do that. Psalm 146. So this is for my granddaughter's bag. Here's red number one. Should I put that one? That's got to be Aaron in the back room. I'm not telling who. I'm not telling. This is red. This is really soft red leather. Auntie Joanne gave me all this leather, you guys. Okay, so we're working on the trim. Or I had this kind of gold. I thought this was pretty. So you guys put what Mike said, huh? Busted. I know. I'm always getting my chops busted. So this is kind of like a gold color. This is kind of like a neutral color, like off-white, but I thought this was like a little bit too fancy, a little too much. You like the gold? I liked it, this gold too. This is what I really liked. And but wait, how about this? This is like, I almost think you can use it double-sided. It's almost like a blue alligator and blue. Red number one has some popping. Okay, so somebody help me count up. Somebody help me count up because now it's time to say goodbye to all our lovely friends. But first, Miss Shirley OG goes live at 7 o'clock. Odom goes live at 9 o'clock. I think Planter Garden TV is going live. Vision Preparedness is going live. You'll have to check their channel. Mike said the golds have the most. The gold. I like the gold too. So what I'll do is cut a little square, like 1.5 inches by say 3/4 of an inch, and just put a little trim. Why am I doing it? Doesn't need it, no. But if I were going to sell the bag, this is what you do, those little tidbits, like if you were going to sell it not on Etsy, but like Neiman Marcus, Bloomingdale, something like that. That's how you get the extra bucks. So you guys, thanks for coming. I appreciate you. Just do what you love what you do. I get so excited when I come on. Everyone goes on live today. I saw you, Mike. What were you doing? Oh, the squirrel and the suet. The squirrel and the suet. I have a big TV in my bedroom and I just turn it on, put my ice on, and I'll be watching you guys tonight. So this is an eye. Oh, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video out if you like it. I always forget to ask you guys to, well, you guys are all liked and subscribed and everything. And I'm almost at 1,500 family members. When I get to 1,500, I'm going to do a slight giveaway. So good night. Good night, everybody. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Mother. I love you guys. See you soon.